AITA for not inviting my girlfriend to join the group photo? My 24M girlfriend 23F and I went on a weekend trip with my family. At the end of it, my sister and I were taking selfies outside our cabin. Later, the rest of our family joined, and my sister's boyfriend came along too, but my girlfriend stayed inside. On the ride home, she told me she was upset that I didn't invite her out to take a photo with us. When she heard my sister called her boyfriend over for the family photo, she thought that I'd do the same, but I never did, and it made her sad. I told her that it wasn't a big deal. She should have just joined us instead of waiting for me to invite her. But she pressed on, saying that she felt awkward because we kept calling it a family photo, and a gesture like what my sister did would have been kind. I got mad at her and told her that she was making it sound like I should have read her mind. Again, my family weren't strangers to her. She could have said that she wanted to be in the photo with us. Or she could have followed my sister's boyfriend and joined in. She agreed that it wasn't a big deal, but it still made her upset. And I might have been an here. I replied somewhere along the line like, fine. I'll call her whenever I take a photo with my parents. We're at a standstill. I apologized for what I said, but she keeps saying that it wasn't the point. I get that my comment was rude, but if she's talking about the pictures taken at the cabin, I don't understand why she's so hung up on it. She has plenty of photos from this trip, both with individuals and with the group. YTA, come on. Your GF felt excluded and told you that upset her, and your response was getting rude, to say the least. It would have been rude, awkward to just get up and join the pics without being asked, so I get why she feels that way. She just wanted you to think of her. The second you saw your sister's BF, it shouldn't have been a second thought to call out for her. To her, she might have felt left out intentionally. Your sister called her BF over and she sat there waiting for you to do the same. When you didn't, she assumed you didn't want her in it. It may not be a big deal to you, but she felt lonely and excluded. That never feels good. Yeah, YTA. You aren't considering the sensitivity of the family photo as an SO. I'd never want to intrude, and want to be certain I'm at that level of acceptance with my BF and his family. I also wouldn't join unless I was invited to. There's that joke of stick the so at the end so you can cut them out if you break up, lol. Some families are very picky apt who can be in one. You really should have tried to see where she was coming from instead of shut her down and get petty with the whole I'll call you whenever I want to take a pic W. Parents, that was so unnecessary and wasn't the point at all. YTA. She tried to communicate something to you that hurt her feelings. Instead of trying to talk it out or apologize for not understanding that she was hurt, you dug your heels in and were intentionally nasty to her. No one was mad until you got mad and made it into a fight. When she heard my sister called her boyfriend over for the family photo, she thought that I'd do the same, but I never did, and it made her sad. I told her that it wasn't a big deal. Excuse me, did you just completely dismiss your girlfriend's feelings? I think you did. She's telling you her feelings were hurt, that she felt left out. Put everything else aside and just focus on that for a moment. She's hurt, and you yelled at her. You yelled at her instead of trying to understand where, when, how her feelings were hurt. Do you even like your girlfriend? Oh sweetie, you're right. I'm sorry, I didn't think to call you over to invite you to be in the photo. That was thoughtless of me. I'll keep it in mind for next time. YTA. IDK, why people can't just apologize when they hurt someone's feelings. YTA. First of all, yes, it was rude for you not to ask her to join the photo, especially after your sister asked her boyfriend to join. Second, if you can't handle being told that something you did hurt, upset your GF without getting mad and defensive, you need to work on yourself. Your GF told you that something you did, or in this case didn't do, made her sad and upset. And the first thing you said was that it wasn't a big deal. So right off the bat you told her that her feelings were not valid because they didn't align with your feelings. And who cares if it was a big deal? Why does something have to be a big deal in order for her to have a right to be upset by it? You got mad because you felt like she wanted you to have read your mind. But you also said that she should have just joined the photo without waiting for you to invite her. Which kind of sounds like you expected her to read your mind. You escalated this from a conversation to an argument because you tried to make this into a debate about whether she should feel upset, sad about what happened. But that wasn't ever up for debate, because she did feel that way. YTA. By not calling her over to explicitly include her in the family photo, you demonstrated that you don't think of her as part of your family. It kind of is a big deal. Edit. Oh, and yeah, your first response was to totally dismiss her feelings. Not champion relationship material here. This feels like it's bigger than just the photo. I got mad at her and told her that she was making it sound like I should have read her mind. And I think that statement is a clue. YTA. She feels left out, regardless if that's valid on her part or not. You're dismissing those feelings. I get that it was unintentional, but YTA. When family gathers for a pic, it's normal and thoughtful for a GF/BF to wait to be invited. And the other so was invited. It would have been uncomfortable for her to tag along and insert herself. So she waited for you. And since you didn't invite her, she feels like she's not important enough to you. Again, you weren't initially trying to hurt her, but instead of trying to understand her side you acted snarky. Oh my god, were you born yesterday? How can one person be this clueless? It would have been rude for her to invite herself into a family photo. How long have you been together? If it's a new relationship, then I understand and you should have just said, hey, we've only just started, we have plenty of family photos and I apologize. If it's not a new relationship, just tell her you're absolutely clueless. Insensitive. And you should have considered her in every sense of the word, because what you did was tell her she doesn't matter. It's a big deal to her and you're not hearing her. There's a trick in therapy where you repeat back to the person what they've said in their words too. Make sure you're listening. You may want to try it because I'm not sure you're truly understanding her issue. She felt like you don't consider her family in the same way your sister considers her boyfriend to be, and it hurt her. She may feel embarrassed. The best thing you can do is tell her you do see her as family and it didn't occur to you in the moment. It's not about the photo entirely. It's about her wanting reassurance about her place in your life. She did not want to assume anything but needs to know where she stands. The photo itself is minor but the meaning and gesture is major. I hope this helps. YTA. Edit. Words. YTA. 3 years together and you couldn't make any effort to call her out for a family photo. You said she knows your family well enough, but that doesn't mean she is still comfortable just walking in on a family picture that she wasn't invited, or maybe she wanted you to call her out to. Show her that you wanted her in the photo like her sister called her boyfriend out. Her feelings were dismissed for sure. YTA. Hope she finds a better BF. YTA. Your girlfriend felt not included. You made an assumption and she got hurt because of that. Furthermore, you escalated this unnecessarily by getting mad and making hurtful comments to her. You owe her a massive apology. YTA. Clearly she doesn't feel like she belongs, dude, and you made her feel stupid on top of it. YTA yes, it was on you to invite her into the family photo. It would seem pushy if she just assumed it was okay to join in. You made her feel like she isn't part of the family group on that trip. All the other comments nailed it, so just adding another YTA for the record books. I'm sorry man, but YTA. You should have asked for her to join you guys. YTA sorry, but she's right. When your sister invited her BF, you should have invited your GF. I'd never assume I was invited in family photos, as that can be very awkward. Your family. Your job to invite her. YTA your sister invited her boyfriend to be included and you didn't invite your girlfriend. You made her feel like you didn't want her to be part of it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.